everybody, this is Barstow Mama, and this video is for a young lady named Lil Ashley with a bunch of numbers after her name, and I hope that I'm pronouncing that right for you, hun, because I hate to get anybody's name wrong. And Lil Ashley is 15 years old, and she asked me a question this morning, and I really wanted to think about this before I made a video about it. And I'm not going to give you the whole thing, but the gist of it is that she was told that if she was not baptized, that she would go to hell. She's 15 years old, and this is what she was told. Now, I gave her Mark 16:16 to read. I told her to read the New Testament. I'm sure there's some scriptures in there that can help her. But Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, Jehovah's Witnesses, Seventh-day Adventists, whoever you are out there, don't scare these young people into becoming whatever religious affiliation you want them to become. You can't scare someone with hell to make them want to go to heaven. You know, it's hard enough to know which one of these churches you want to go to, which one is right, which one is wrong. But this is a young girl, and I've gotten so many letters from young girls and guys who don't know what to do. I believe that if you really want to turn someone to Christianity, to turn them to whatever, that you have to show them the pleasant side first. Don't scare them. Scare tactics, not good. Not good, because you know what? Then they're doing it because they're afraid, not because they love the Lord, but because they're afraid that if they don't do it, they're going to go to hell. You want the person that you are talking to fall in love with your religion or your spirituality just like you fell in love with it, but not because you want them to be afraid, especially when they're so young. You know, the age of majority is what, 12 years old, and that's to be able to go and be fully immersed baptism, which is the only baptism that we are instructed to do. But Lil Ashley, hun, take your time, read the scriptures, and you know what I need for you to do? I need for you to fall in love with Jesus. I need you to fall in love with whoever it is that your spirit leads you to go with. I need you to fall in love with it so much that that is what your insides tell you is so important, that all you want to do is do whatever it takes to be in that place for eternity. And I'm going to guess that you're talking about Christianity because you did talk about baptism. So, you know, I want you to fall in love with the Lord like I fell in love with the Lord. You know, because when you fall in love with the Lord and you see nothing but the goodness and the kindness that he tried to preach, and then he did preach, and then he did go and do what he had to do. He went and, you know, he was the first one to go into places where no one else would go, just so he could reach the untouchable people, The Pharisees and the Sadducees weren't going to go in there, but he did. And he did it out of love. You know, if Jesus was anywhere, Jesus would be in all of the missions and all of the places where the poor and the homeless and the infirm, where they are, that's where he would be. You know, there's no need for him to be in the churches, you know, because everybody in the church thinks they're saved. So he would be where he feels needed the most. And in your heart, you'll know when it's time to be baptized. I was baptized when I turned 30. And I was water baptized at Homewood Full Gospel Church, and that's in Homewood, Illinois, but it's not called that anymore. And I remember thinking at that time that it was the right thing to do, and I still in my heart know that it was the right thing to do. And hun, don't let anybody scare you. You cannot be scared into heaven at all. And that it's not fair for people to scare you like that. Find a nice youth group. You know, find a nice Christian youth group if that's where you're being led. If you're being led to Christianity, just find a really nice Christian youth group and become part of it. Join a choir, or you know, become part of the drama group, or work the nursery and stuff like that. Do things that you know how to do, and enjoy it, because you need to love the Lord, not be afraid of him. Now, there may be other people that think differently than I do, but I think loving the Lord is so much more important. And I hope that this has helped you out a lot. And you know what? Treat people the way that you want to be treated, because that is also part of being a good Christian, because we do reap what we sow, believe it or not, trust me. And you're still young, and you can jump right in there with both feet and find a church in your neighborhood that you feel comfortable with. But, you know, people out there, stop scaring these kids. Stop. I mean, there's a certain amount of respect that borders on fear. It's the same kind of fear that a child has for their parent. It doesn't mean that the child is just so scared of their parent that they're forced to love. No, the child just has a deep respect for the parent. And the parent loves the child loves the parent. And that's the way I think it is with God. God wants us to love him, but he wants that respect too. And you will give it. Believe it. You'll give it. So anyway, little Ashley, lots of numbers next to your name. I thank you for writing me your letter. And I hope I've helped you. And I'm sure you will get a lot of comments at the bottom. And they're on approval only. So those of you that want to give little Ashley another problem, I will block ya. She's 15 years old, you guys. You have to be nice and respectful to her, and let her know just what being a good Christian's all about. Because if you start in and somebody wants to start in on some foolishness, all you're going to do is confuse her. And we need to stick together and teach these young ladies. She's reaching out as a young female, as a young woman. She's reaching out to all of us to teach her about the love of the Lord. So please, you guys, let's be good. Let's behave ourselves and let's give little Ashley some help here, and give her some of your own comments and how you feel about it. So, thank you, hun. Thank you for, choosing me to ask your question to, because I thought that was really very sweet. And I'm going to take a nap now. So, you guys have a great afternoon and hope to talk to you later. Bye.